Welcome back to Sissy Maya. Make sure to subscribe to our channel to never miss an update. Additionally, consider subscribing to my Patreon to get access to these features, and much more. It was our 5th wedding anniversary. After weeks of discussion about how to celebrate, I decided to surprise Lorianne with a string of real pearls. At 27, I figured it was time to give her something special. My career in the insurance business was on the upswing, even though I wasn't earning full commissions working under a general agent. That was all right. Someday, I planned to open my own agency. Brian, my boss, had started nudging me about venturing out on my own, knowing I was too good with clients to stay in his shadow forever. Though he wasn't tall, his energy was undeniable. He could sell ice to Eskimos, as they say. Lori is stunning. Despite our struggles with starting a family, our marriage is solid. We complement each other well. And, sure, we fit together in every sense, but it's more than just physical. Lori's upbeat, personable nature, combined with a playful sense of humor, though a bit risque, makes her the ideal partner for most guys. The one drawback: she can be a bit controlling. She likes things her way, but my laid-back demeanor usually keeps things smooth. I tend to let her take the lead, enjoying the ride. Lori I adore Carl. Since we met at Penn State, he's been nothing but sweet and patient, tolerating my quirks. Trust me, there are a few even he hasn't discovered yet. Though Carl is undeniably attractive, he's not particularly tall, so I usually opt for flats when we go out. He's a bit self-conscious about our heights. I stand at 5 feet 7 inches, while he's probably not over 5 feet 9 inches. He's slim too, but looks sharp in a well-tailored suit, especially with shoulder pads that flatter his frame. And let's not forget his adorable rear. It's cute enough to belong on a woman, but I love it just the same. It gives me something to hold on to. We've been trying to conceive for about 3 years now, and I'm tempted to suggest he get tested for fertility since I already have, but I don't want to hurt his feelings. With our anniversary approaching, I've chosen a luxurious white silk shirt for him. I plan to give it to him before dinner so he can wear it that night. He's never tried silk, and I'm eager to see his reaction. He usually wears those old-fashioned undershirts, so he'll have the perfect opportunity to experience the softness of silk. I can't wait. Carl. On our anniversary, I left work a bit early to prepare for dinner, excited to give Lori her pearls. She'd mentioned wanting them about 2 years ago, but they were out of my budget then. I couldn't wait to see what she had planned for me. Whatever it was, I knew it would be fun. When I arrived home around 5:15, Lori was in the dining room, wearing a stunning little black dress, almost a slip, really, and braless with her patent pumps. "Wow, you look incredible, and tall," I exclaimed. "Why, thank you, kind sir. I do try to impress," she replied with a laugh, strutting toward me and playfully trailing her finger down my nose. "I've always liked that kind of teasing. I already ran your bath. I know you prefer showers, but we have time for a nice soak. Your gift is on the bed. Open it when you're ready to dress, all right?" "Sure, whatever you say, beautiful." I considered giving her the pearls then, but decided to wait until I was cleaned up too. As promised, the bath was ready. Lori had added her scented bath beads, and as I slipped into the water, I couldn't help but think how nice it felt. After soaking for about 10 minutes, I finally understood her love for it. After drying off and freshening up, I shaved again for good measure, then went to get dressed. I put on fresh briefs and an undershirt before opening my gift box. Wow! A silk shirt. It felt incredible, soft and slinky, just like Lori's outfits. I tried it on and turned to find Lori watching me from the doorway. "Well, how do you like it, honey?" she asked eagerly. "It's really nice, Lori. It feels so soft and slippery against my skin," I replied, feeling thrilled. "I can only imagine what you paid for it, but I love it. If this is what the wealthy wear, I'd better get my act together." "I'm so glad you like it, Carl. I hoped you would. You have no idea how happy I am," she beamed, her playful grin infectious. As I approached her, she warned, don't even think about using one of those passionate kisses on me now. Save it for later. Well, if that's how you want to play it, here's your gift, sweetheart. I handed her the box with a grin. Lori eagerly tore off the wrapping and opened the box to reveal a hard case inside. As she gently lifted the lid, her deep blue eyes widened in surprise. Oh, Carl, these are stunning. Thank you. She wrapped her arms around my neck, pressing her softness against me, and I felt a rush of excitement. Is that dress silk too, honey? I asked. Yes, indeed. I adore silk, and I'm sure you will too. Can you help me put these on? Of course. All right, Carl. Finish getting dressed. We'll need at least half an hour to get through traffic to the restaurant. I slipped into my dark blue suit, chose a complimentary tie, and put on my black slip-ons. We were out the door in just 15 minutes. I'd love to give you a detailed account of the rest of the night, but let's just say it was filled with laughter and ended with a satisfying roll in the hay. Besides Lori being admired quite a bit at the restaurant, which made me proud, there wasn't much more to it. When we got up to dance, she attracted even more attention, especially towering over me in her pumps, but honestly, all I noticed was how good it felt to hold her in my arms. Lori ***. Carl mentioned how much he loved the shirt at least 6 times throughout the evening. Looks like I'm in for some fun. If he really enjoys this shirt, there are plenty of other silk items he'll like, and I can't wait to introduce him to them, slowly, of course. I know his appreciation for silk will grow the more he experiences it, and I have a few ideas to enhance that appreciation. Carl ***. Lori looked fantastic last night. I can't stop thinking about how nice that shirt is. I hope I didn't overdo the compliments. Knowing Lori, she might be tempted to buy me 6 more. But instead, the following week, she surprised me with some silk over-the-calf socks. They're more like hose, really, with cool patterns, and they feel great. I have to say, I love them. They make it easier to get my shoes on and off, and I'm glad they have elastic tops like her knee-highs because they remind me of my granddad and his garters. Carl, I got you something I think you'll like today. Really? What is it? Just these lovely silk pajamas. Hey, neat. I exclaimed as I took the set out of the box, marveling at the feel and texture. I quickly put on the bottoms and then the top, buttoning it right over left. Oh, Lori, this is really nice, but you shouldn't have. I really do love silk, but, well, thank you. You realize you're spoiling me, don't you? Oh, I think you'll hold up just fine without refrigeration, honey. Plus, I just love silk, and I can't wait to run my hands all over your body. I think we'll both enjoy it, don't you? Maybe a bit too much. They were definitely too good to be true. I nearly lost myself as Lori explored every inch of my newly silk-clad body. Wow, that was an incredible experience. Total sensory overload. I loved it. Was it good for you? She asked. Please. Not that old cliché. Yes, it was wonderful. Thanks. I'm really going to enjoy these a lot, and orchid is one of my favorite colors. I think it should look great on you, honey. Being a redhead, you can pull off any shade of purple. You don't mind the white piping, do you? No, it's fine. The buttons are a little different, but I'll get used to it. Where did you get them? Kaufmann's. The next addition to my wardrobe in shades of purple was a collection of 6 pairs of satin panties, adorned with just a touch of lace but undeniably lovely. Are you sure about this, Lori? I mean, it's no secret how silk affects me, but panties? I won't be able to stand up to pee at work. For goodness sake, Carl. You've only got a 1-person bathroom there anyway. What difference does it make? Don't you like them? Try a pair on and see for yourself. All right. I slid them up my legs, and goosebumps erupted all over me, my leg hair standing on end. This was uncharted territory, a touch of erotica. Up until now, none of the silk I'd worn felt particularly feminine, but these definitely were very feminine, and surprisingly, I liked them. Okay, you win, Lori. I'll wear them. They look a little lumpy in front, but they feel amazing. Thanks again, sweetheart. Asterisk kiss star. Asterisk asterisk Lori asterisk asterisk. With Carl's acceptance of his pretty panties, the game, as Sherlock would say, was officially on. There are only so many silk gifts one can get for a man: ties, shirts, pajamas, and socks. Sure, there are suits too, but they don't touch the skin. If I wanted to get Carl into silk, I would need to think girly, so some adjustments would be necessary. I had to call Brandy at Dr. Tuttle's office, which I did, with the desired results. Carl loved his celery juice, which has a peculiar taste, but that's a story for another time. Less than a week after he accepted his panties, I began introducing him to all the silks he could handle and many other things he would soon come to love. Asterisk asterisk Carl asterisk asterisk. Over the next 2 weeks, I grew accustomed to wearing lovely ladies' panties. I have to admit, there was something delightfully naughty about it, just between Lori and me. No one could see the panty lines beneath my heavy men's suit pants, or at least, I hoped not. Besides, Lori had no trouble getting them off me whenever she wanted to asterisk giggle star. So, every other day, I wore my silk shirt, silk hose, and always my pretty silk panties. It felt nice, and I was becoming comfortable with my unusual undergarments. Lingerie. Wow. I was actually wearing ladies' lingerie to work with my wife's permission, and it felt wonderful. I was starting to appreciate a woman's perspective on lingerie. Well, they don't make silk for men, do they? Not in our town. Lori always ensured my pajamas were clean and ready in the closet. Today was a bit different. Where are my pajamas, Lori? They're in the wash, silly. Don't worry. I got you some lovely replacements for the occasion. Just check your lingerie drawer. I didn't know I had a lingerie drawer. All I have is panties, I replied with a grin. I looked inside, and to my delight, I found 2 gorgeous silk nighties, adorned with lace, in our size, medium. I'd never seen them before, so I knew they were for me, and I felt a thrill of excitement. As I pulled one from the drawer and caressed it, I couldn't help but say, Lori, these are beautiful, but I'm already wearing panties, and now you want me to wear these pretty nighties too? They're just too lovely, honey. I can't do them justice, even though I'm sure they feel amazing. Hogwash, Carl. Surely you know I love you in silk, and this way, I can have you in it for less money and all the time. It's all about how they feel. Gowns aren't nearly as expensive as pajamas. Just put it on. You'll love it. All right. You asked, so I'll give in, but I think we're getting in over our heads here. I slid the gown over my head. It was pale pink, and I felt a bit embarrassed. Lori stepped closer, caressing me just like she did with the pajamas. Oh, did that feel good? All I could think was, please, don't, stop, as we fell onto the bed. Wow, she's good at getting my panties off. Afterward, I put on a clean pair because I had grown fond of their gentle caress. I fell asleep in that lovely lightweight silk nightie, and it was so comfortable that I never wanted to take it off. So, the next morning, I didn't. I came to breakfast in it. I might have looked a bit silly in my slippers and nightie, but it felt too good to part with so soon, especially in my semi-aroused state. You look very attractive this morning, Carl. Are you enjoying your new nightie? You know I am, Lori, but now I'm in double trouble with panties and nighties. What's next? Oh, we'll figure something out. I'm sure we will, and that's what worries me a bit, I replied with a sheepish grin. Asterisk asterisk Lori asterisk asterisk. All right, I've got him in a nightie, and he looks pretty cute, though he hasn't mentioned the swelling on his chest yet. I'm just waiting for him to notice. I mean, he has to, right? In a nightie. Over the next couple of weeks, we continued to enjoy my new nighties, and I'll admit that when the pajamas became available again, I chose the nighties instead. There was something a little strange happening, though. My gowns didn't hang flat against my chest. Let me clarify, my chest seemed to be tenting the gowns a bit, as if I were growing breasts. The nighties were so comfortable, and I loved how they felt against my legs as I walked. Is this what a long skirt feels like, Lori? Pretty much, but without the hairy legs, of course. They feel so much nicer without them. Would you consider shaving your legs, honey? You'll love how the nightie feels against your skin then. I don't know, Lori. I think I'm already in enough trouble, even with how much I like the panties and gowns. Not nearly enough, sweetie. Not nearly enough, she laughed. I really don't care how much silky clothing you end up liking. Okay, I'll think about it, but what's going on with my chest lately? I feel like I'm getting really soft and fluffy, and not just there. It turned into a rhetorical question since Lori didn't respond. As I contemplated shaving my legs for even more enjoyment from my nighties, which could bring both positive rewards and negative consequences, I discovered 2 more silk shirts in my closet. However, they didn't button the same way as the first one, and they had little seams on the sides of the chest. Lori, these can't be shirts. Are these blouses? I asked while putting on the one with the lace overlay down the front. At half the price of a shirt, I thought you'd be pleased. Now I see what you meant by what's next, huh? Okay, sue me, Carl. Yes, they are blouses, and that one looks great on you. They resemble shirts. Well, mostly. No one will notice. Your tie will cover the lace, and they don't have a Peter Pan collar or anything. Besides, you might appreciate the extra room soon. Enjoy them. Very well, but I'm never going to ask you what next again. It's too dangerous. So, that day, I went to work in my panties, silk hose, and blouse. She was right, nobody noticed. After all, the tie hid the buttons well, and my undershirt was barely visible. Still, I couldn't shake the inevitable what next thought, and wearing that blouse gave me a bit of a sexual buzz. I didn't have to wait long. A few days later, I was surprised to find, oh, what a lovely robe. Silk, I bet, and it's for Emmy, Lori? Well, I already have 2, thank you. Of course it's for you, dear. It'll keep you from getting jam or something on your nightie when you wear it to the table. Actually, it's just satin finish nylon, so it cleans up well but feels like silk. However, I think you'd look even sweeter if you accepted the other half of a panty set. She handed me a well-padded satin bra. I think you'll feel a little less out of place with your own curves, and the gowns will hang much better. Don't you think? Please, take it and try it on. Aren't we pushing this? Oh, never mind. Not far enough, right? Exactly, Muffin. Exactly. You can never have too much silky lingerie in your life, can you? And you should really let your hair grow a bit too, don't you think? I'm not sure about anything at this point. How do I even do this? She showed me, and just like that, I had my own modest B-sized curves, with a surprising amount of cleavage too. Apparently, that extra fat I had on my chest now made it look very authentic with a bra on. I looked in the mirror and had to admit the gown hung much nicer. You really like this, these on me? It makes me look a lot like a girl. I don't mind, honey, and the gown looks much better now, she replied. It deserves to be lumpy in the right places. So do you, sweet cheeks. Funny you should mention that, Lori. I think I really am getting lumpy. My chest is becoming incredibly soft and fluffy lately, and I think my butt is getting bigger too. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, sweetie. Your chest will make for nice cleavage now. I see that, but I'm so sensitive there now. It really itches something awful. Oh, I'm sorry. Here, let me scratch it for you. Instead, she just rubbed and teased me, and before I knew it, I had a raging excitement. My head was starting to spin. Wow. This was incredible. I began wearing my bra and my blouses at home all the time. I never imagined I'd be talking about my bra, panties, blouses, and nighties. It quickly became clear that my blouses looked better with something to fill in the darted area, so I started putting on my bra as soon as I got home. It was strange having breasts, even if they were mostly foam. That was the unsettling part. They were really only about half foam, the rest was Emmy. Was there no end to this silk thing? Were we silk fetishists? Perhaps. Lori was right about silk, it was definitely addictive. I didn't want to give any of it up now, including the bra. I actually liked the effect of the extra fat on my chest. It made my bra look authentic, and my gowns began to drape nicely in front even without my bra. One thing I noticed right away was that the bra prevented any irritation at home, which made me wonder what I could wear at work that would do the same without being a regular bra. I definitely didn't want to be shaped and lifted at work, even though it turned me on at home. Lori began changing into her nightie, robe, and sexy high-heeled mules well before bedtime. Honey, why don't you get changed before bed too? Sure, if that's what you want, Lori. I went to change and, not surprisingly, found a pair of sexy wedge-heeled mules under my side of the bed. Ah, training mules. Asterisk sigh star. Tap, tap, tap on the hardwood floor of the hallway. I see you found your new slippers. Do they fit? Of course they fit my feet. It's the fit on the rest of me I'm concerned about. These make me feel even more feminine and vulnerable. Just look at me, decked out in panties and a gown with a large chest, and now these high-heeled slippers. What do slippers have to do with silk? Did you shave your legs yet? Yes, and you were right. I love how the gown swishes around my bare legs. Well, see. You aren't that opposed to a little femininity, are you? On YOU, no, but I never said I wanted to be feminine, Lori. I just said I liked silk. I'm starting to think you really want to feminize me and make me all girly. Oh, nonsense. You look adorable. Have you ever taken a good look at your hips and butt compared to your shoulders? You're built like a girl anyway. You're pear-shaped. Stop complaining and sit down to enjoy your new slippers and pretty silks. We need to give you a nice pedicure, though. Those nails look terrible bare like that. Here, let me get the kit, and I'll fix you right up. You'll fix me all right. 10 red toes, I'll bet. Well, of course. Maybe just pink, though. Your slippers will look so much cuter. Now, hold still. It seems I've been holding still for quite a lot lately. From then on, after dinner and the dishes were done, we'd slip into our lounging gear. I was getting pretty good at managing my heels. They gave a little sway to my backside, which, incidentally, seemed to be getting heavier each week. They weren't very high, no more than 2 inches, I'm sure. My new breasts were becoming second nature to me too, both the foam ones and the puffy flesh ones. Then I made a serious blunder. One night, while taking off my bra, I said, Lori, I wish I didn't have to wear these silly pads in my bra. They don't bounce right at all. Flash, I could see Lori's eyes light up. Really, Carl? I'm sorry. I never considered you might want them to bounce like mine. I'll see what we can do. Maybe we can find some mastectomy pads or something to replace that foam. I should have been more cautious with my wording. Or something was a wild card. I know men don't usually listen to women, and I was no exception at that moment. Asterisk asterisk Lori asterisk asterisk. Well, there we have it, implicit permission to experiment with the flesh some more. Of course, we already are, but Carl doesn't know that. He should be blossoming nicely any day now, but in the meantime, I'll get him some small gel inserts so he can feel more authentic. That was a cry for authenticity, wasn't it? Of course it was. Asterisk giggle asterisk. A couple of nights later, while Lori was doing her nails, I became her next customer after she finished hers, complete with hardener and clear polish for my hands. All I could do was sit there and watch TV. There was no point in arguing with her. Many men get manicures. Mine just looked a little less than masculine. Okay, a lot less than masculine, just like hers. All of me looked definitely less than masculine. So there I sat in lingerie and heels, now with pink toes and shiny, rounded longish fingernails. The consequences of this silk journey never ceased to amaze me. It all started with an innocent silk shirt, for Pete's sake. Honey. Yes, Lorianne? Would you like something really nice next to your skin all day instead of that old cotton undershirt? What in the world could that be, Lori? I've been wondering how to cut down on this irritation, but I can't figure it out. My pointers are really tender and hard. This beautiful camisole, that's what. It'll look just like your undershirt from the outside, and with your suit coat and tie on, no one will see it. You can enjoy all that silk against your skin all day. Won't that be delightful? I don't know, will it? These straps are stretch lace. Oh, trust me. Those little bumps will be in seventh heaven. Sure, the bodice will still be a bit empty, but that's okay for now. For now. You did complain about your chest not bouncing right, didn't you? So. Well, I got you something. I had to pull a favor, but I managed to get it. And what might that something be? Something to help you with that. Bend over and drop slim. Oh, you've got to be kidding. You're going to pump me full of estrogen? Now I'm going to grow my own voluptuous set of breasts. You love mine, don't you? You can learn to love your own just as much, and it'll be so much fun. Lori, now we are going overboard. This isn't just about silk anymore, is it? Well, yes and no. This way, you don't have to apologize for your love of silk, and you have so much feminine potential, honey. I hate to see you waste it. With a little effort, you could be really hot, a total knockout. I just know it, and it would be such a turn-on to go out and tease guys. Suppose I don't want to go out and tease guys? Suppose I don't want to run after them in a dress and heels? Could you just drop them, please? I know I'm going to regret this, I replied. Of course, I dropped my panties, and for the next 9 months, every week. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Over the next month, I got pretty good at what I was doing and started enjoying it more, even though I initially protested loudly. Lori got me another cami and a pair of mules, slightly higher ones with slender heels like hers. I wore my bra all the time at home with blouses that became more feminine, colorful, and filled with soft curves. That's a bit redundant, I know. I mean, what blouse isn't feminine? You know what I mean, lace, embroidery, darts, pleats, details, and all. I don't understand it, but I couldn't fit into my jeans anymore, so Lori got me a couple of new pairs. They were size 10 and fit really well, showing off my cute backside. I felt terribly round these days, just like Lori. She always liked my rear, and it seemed to be getting better. It turned me on, too. And my chest. My chest was becoming so much fun. I really think I'm going to enjoy having my own breasts. Could I be getting vain about my body? Was she right about my feminine potential? You know, Carl, you're putting your bra on as soon as you get home now, but the image looks a bit odd with your boy pants and shoes. Why don't we get you some nice skirts and a dress or two, maybe some pretty 3-inch pumps? You really want me to have pretty dresses and high heels and the whole shebang, just like you, completely decked out? Yes. I think you'd look lovely if we do something with that mop of yours, get you some nice makeup, and trim those brows a little. Come on, let me show you how cute you can be. Come sit at my vanity, and I'll do your makeup. Do you realize how easy it would be for me to fall in love with all of this? I might never be the same, Lori. I might not be able to go back. I'm feeling very strange and oddly comfortable with all of this lately. Have you considered that? Have you thought about how addictive all these beautiful, feminine things are and how much I'm coming to love them? She took my hand without saying a word and led me to her workbench. There, I received the works and was instructed to pay close attention, so I did. Dresses. High-heeled pumps. Makeup. Me, a hot-looking babe. Could I be? Waves of chills ran through me as I experienced spontaneous contractions in my shrinking little love muscle. Ooh, that felt good. After Lori finished my first makeup lesson and did her best with my hair, she spun me around for a first look. Wow. I suppose we could have some fun after all. I admit I was a bit dumbfounded. Not that I could enter the Mrs. America contest, but I was definitely not a dog. Over the next couple of weeks, Lori did my makeup less and less as I learned to do it myself, and it took me less time to get a competent look. I think we could safely say I was hooked. One day, I came home to a dramatic wardrobe transformation. My closet was now filled with various dresses, including house dresses, several pairs of pumps and flats, slacks, skirts, and blouses. Where did all this come from? Well, most of the clothing is from an upscale resale shop, but the shoes are all brand new. What are you planning to wear tonight, Carrie? Oh, I've been renamed. I'm Carrie now. All right, at this rate, I suppose I'll be Carrie for real soon enough if we keep this up. I'm thinking of wearing this print shirtwaist and these black pumps. Good choice, hun. You'll need some hose and a garter belt, too. I want to be able to get at you. They're in your lingerie drawer. I think you can handle that. Just slip the garters under your panties so you can pee. Do your makeup, darling, and get dressed. I want to see what my new girlfriend looks like in a dress. Why am I going along with all this so willingly, Lori? I should be on a rooftop somewhere shouting, hell no, I won't Geo. Your mind is changing, darling. You've got lots of lovely girl juices now replacing that old boy stuff, and you're softening and looking very sweet. And I'm acting like a princess too, aren't I? Well, yes, to some extent. You're slowly becoming a feminine creature. Not entirely, but it's too soon for that. Now run along and get ready, Carrie, and make yourself pretty for me. I did my best, I really did. Realizing I had feminine potential, I gave it what I thought a regular girl would, doing my makeup with care. Is that all you in that dress? Almost. This only has light padding. My, you have filled out a bit in the last few months, dear. Let me get my tape measure. Well, you are now a 34B-26-35, not bad for a budding young lady. How do you feel? In these 3-inch heels, a little fragile. They are cute, though, aren't they? I love what they do for my feet and legs, and they're not too bad to walk in either. Thank you, sweetheart. Maybe I'll like looking hot after all. Get comfortable with yourself, Carrie. You have a lot to learn. Voice, mannerisms, and deportment are going to be your nightly study program, my silk-encased princess. And so it was that for the next 2 months, I was drilled and schooled in the feminine arts while getting weekly hormone shots. Lori was patient with me, and I became quite skilled at applying my makeup. I also expanded to a very full 34B-25-36. My backside looked great in tight jeans, and my chest jiggled nicely, lovely breasts that had to be bound in the tightest sports bra we could find when I went to work. However, I was dealing with diminishing returns down below. Nothing was happening there at all, and they were shrinking, definitely shrinking. I was rather happy about that. I was beginning to resent that stupid lump, and I had been squatting to pee ever since I started wearing panties anyway. It ruined the line of my underwear. How odd. Okay, Carrie. Let's go out to a movie tonight. Wear something casual like a skirt and blouse with flats or slacks. Gulp. Out, as in leave the house, in public? Of course, in public. You didn't think we were going to spend the rest of our young lives cooped up in this house, did you? Well, no, but am I ready for this? Oh, you're more than ready, Carrie. You pass, honey. You're enough of a girl for anybody now, except in bed. Just put on a control brief, just in case. Hurry up. The movie starts in 30 minutes. That was an eye-opening experience. Nobody gave me a second glance. Well, that's not entirely true. 2 cute guys noticed us, but we ignored them, and they went about their business. What a rush. I suppose I had become a babe after all. A she-male, to be sure, but a babe nonetheless. Fascinating. Even more fascinating was my thinking of them as cute guys. Or, for that matter, me thinking about them at all. I had learned to modulate my voice, giggle like a girl, and express myself in a way that felt nearly automatic. Then it hit me, I was acting like a girl without even thinking about it. Lori had been schooling me for months, my muscles were history, and I had acquired a figure instead of a build. Even my work shoes were now girl shoes. I was wearing silky girl stuff from the skin out all the time now. What was I acting like at the office? Well, I came home every day, got rid of the remnants of Carl as quickly as possible, and blossomed. Carrie was now in charge. My feminine wardrobe continued to expand, and WE went shopping for it together. I can't tell you what a thrill it was to have a shoe salesman looking up my mini skirt for the first time. I wore my prettiest panties for him, too, the dog. I hope he got a good show. Carl's bulge had gotten smaller and didn't do much of anything now except lie there. But it was okay. Lori said what we did was just as much fun now as it had been before little Carl was alive and well. Carrie, we just have to make a stop before we go home. Come on, girl. Before I knew it, I was sitting at an earring booth, getting my ears double pierced and gold studs inserted. I just let it happen. The consequences of what Brian might say didn't even cross my mind. What a ditz. Did I really not understand that this could be the final straw, something Brian could not overlook? I can't pinpoint the exact timeline, but at some point, I began to resent wearing anything masculine to work. I grew tired of having to act, and now it was an act, masculine. Femininity felt incredibly comfortable. I wore dresses at home and while out shopping. Carl might have been earning a living for us, but beyond that, he was merely a figurehead in our lives. Carl? Yeah, Brian? I replied, my voice taking on a lighter tone. Come into my office and shut the door, will you? Is something wrong? I don't know. Just come in. Sit down. Now, tell me what's going on. What do you mean? My sales are up 5% this month. I'm not talking about sales. I'm talking about you. You've been evolving for well over 6 months. It hasn't affected your work, so I've kept quiet, but I need to know. I don't feel any malicious intent, but you're hiding something. Your appearance and clothing have changed. Your mannerisms have shifted, and now I see earrings. When you talk to your female customers, especially if I close my eyes, it's like I have a woman working for me. When you button your jacket, you look like you have a very cute figure. What's been going on, and what am I supposed to do with you? Have you gone gay on me? Talk to me. Oh, Brian, I just don't know where to begin. Oh, Brian. Suddenly, my tongue felt tied, and tears began to well up. I could see my vision blurring as emotions surged within me, and I felt my chin tremble. Here I was, facing a little crisis, on the verge of crying like a girl. This was a man who had trusted me, given me a job, and trained me, and now the person he once knew was nearly gone. I knew it, and I could see he did too. What could I say? How do you explain to your boss that you've jumped ship, that the joys of femininity have eclipsed the gender you were born with, that nothing else matters? Brian, you may find this hard to believe, but it all started with just a silk shirt. I really love silk and anything that feels like it. After that single shirt, one thing led to another, and after a few months, I just couldn't get enough soft, silky things. The only way to satisfy that desire was to embrace some feminine items, lingerie. So I began wearing lingerie to work. I discovered how wonderful a nightie feels and realized that to truly satisfy my craving for sensual clothing, I had to fully embrace my feminine side. I live as a woman now, except when I'm here. Lori and I no longer do anything as man and wife, and yes, there is a cute figure under this jacket. I'm wearing a blouse, women's slacks, shoes, a blazer, and lingerie, and my chest is bound. I'm almost a C-cup now. I'm sorry, Brian. I feel like I've let you down. If you want to fire me, I understand. Well, what I think I'm going to do is give you another chance. Emma, come in here please. Yes, sir. Effective tomorrow, Carl will be coming to work looking a bit different. You will refer to him as, Carrie, Emma. Carrie Ann. Right. And she will dress appropriately for that name. Is that clear? Yes, sir. I can't wait. Asterisk giggle asterisk, and it's about time too. All right, Carrie, I think you'd better take the rest of the day off and prepare to double your efforts tomorrow. You're going to pay to have your OWN business cards reprinted, understood? Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Brian. What the heck am I going to do with you, Carl? In 20 years, I've never had anyone in here that I liked more or who produced more. What do you think I should do with you? Well, never mind. We'll play it by ear, but you're definitely on probation again.